The problem of street children is everywhere, but somehow they don't seem to register with the authorities and with the general public at large. Often people don't hesitate in taking the right decisions because they are not very much aware of what are the rules and regulations. Now, since this SOP is there, it quotes the relevant rule under which they need to take a certain action and provides them with a framework. We have already rolled it out in 7 states and the response has been very positive.
Excuse me, madam. Why is the child not in school and selling flowers? What are you saying to the child?
The child is probably an abandoned, orphaned or runaway child. I am a volunteer working with children living in street situations. I'm trying to find out her whereabouts.
How will you be able to help? Or how can a common man like me help?
For any person who finds a child in street situation, your first point of contact is the Childline number 1098. Childline Services is a 24 hours emergency outreach service for children in crisis. In many districts, the District Child Protection Unit (DCPU) also publishes its helpline or contact number, which can be used. Developed by National Commission for Protection of Child Rights (NCPCR) in partnership with Save the Children, step-by-step guidelines have been put together as Standard Operating Procedure (SOP) for care and protection of children in street situations. SOP classifies street children into 4 categories: abandoned or orphaned child. The child is abandoned by his biological or adoptive parents, or the child is without parents or a guardian. Also, large number of children with physical or mental disabilities are abandoned by their parents or guardians. In the second category, missing or a runaway child, the child is living on the street and has no contact with parents, siblings, relatives or guardians. The child could also be lost or separated from the family, and the separation could be accidental or incidental. It can also be a child who lives and works on the street. The third category is the street-connected or community child. The child lives on the street or pavements with parents, siblings, relatives or guardians, or works with them on the street. Or the child works on the street and often returns home to his slum or hut at night. And the fourth category is the child begging. The child is asking or receiving alms in public place or entering any private premises for purpose of alms.
Where are you likely to find children in street situations and what is to be done?
There are certain hotspots where such children are mostly found.
If you find a child at the railway station, your first point of contact is the Government Railway Police, called the GRP. If you cannot locate the first point of contact, then the alternate contact is the station manager or District Child Protection Unit. If you find the child at the bus stand, streets or pavements, footpaths, light signals, under flyover bridges, slums, red light areas, or any other places when a child is found, the first point of contact is the child welfare officer of the local police station. The second point of contact is the Special Juvenile Police Unit, SJPU or DCPU. If you find a child at the temple, dargah, or other places of religious worship, your first point of contact is the management of the place. The alternate contact is the child welfare officer of the local police station or the DCPU. Outside shops or malls, your first point of contact is the child welfare officer of local police station, alternate contact, the labor inspector of the area or the DCPU. If you find the child at construction sites, working in small shops or market areas, your first point of contact is the labor inspector, the alternate contact, the CWO of the local police station or the DCPU. If the child is at hospitals, dispensaries seeking treatment, then the first point of contact is the hospital administrator on duty. Alternative contact is the CWO of the local police station or the DCPU. beaches or tourist hotspots, first contact is the child welfare officer of local police station or the tourist police. The alternate contact is the SJPU or the DCPU. Also, not forgetting the child in need of care and protection inside any premise or house, the first point of contact is the child welfare officer of local police station. The alternate contact is the district level anti-human trafficking unit of the police or the DCPU.
What happens when a child in street situation is reported?
As per the Juvenile Justice Act 2015, the child should be presented to the CWC, that is Child Welfare Committee, within 24 hours after rescue.
CWC? What does CWC do when a child is rescued?
Child Welfare Committee (CWC) is a statutory body appointed as a competent authority for all children in need of protection and care by the Juvenile Justice (JJ) Act 2015. CWC takes care of all cases regarding care, protection and rehabilitation of children, as well as ensures provision of basic needs. Once the child is reported or referred to the CWC, the committee makes preliminary inquiries the child was found and the family's whereabouts. Then, it files a social investigation report within 15 days. This helps determine if the child is an abandoned, orphaned, runaway, or a missing child. The CWC speaks to the child if the child is old enough to inquire what the child wants to do in case the child wants to go back to the family. The CWC then passes an interim order for short-term care to send the child to the nearest child care institutions, CCI, till the family is contacted. Once the family of the child is found, and after consulting the social investigation report, and depending upon the child's wishes to go back to family, the CWC orders restoration of the child with the family following the laid down procedures.
This inquiry must be completed within 4 months or less as fixed by the CWC.
What if the child does not want to go back to the family?
CWC asks for a report from the District Child Protection Unit or Special Juvenile Police Unit or a social worker or the NGO to assess the case and counsel the child. After counseling and talking to the child, CWC, then keeping the best interest of the child, orders for a long-term residential care for the child in children's home or child care institutions.
And what if the child does not know where the family is?
CWC passes directions for the child to be registered as missing on the Khoya Paya portal or Track the Child portal at the National Tracking System for Missing and Vulnerable Children. An FIR has to be registered in the local police station to enable tracking and recovery of the child by the parents. When the parents of the child are found, the CWC orders restoration of the child with the family following the laid down procedure.
Majority of children in street situations are from the category of children of street living families. This is the street connected child or community child on the street.
So, what CWC does when such children are reported to CWC?
The CWC directs the DCPU, SJPU, CWO, CWPO, social worker, NGO representative to produce the family if not accompanied with the child in the first instance. The CWC will try to find out the reasons for the child working or living on the streets. The CWC would then order speedy social investigation to ascertain if it is safe for the child to be with the family. If the family lives in slums or huts or pavements, the CWC directs the counseling of the family by a social worker or a child welfare officer to ensure that the child does not work on the streets and also explains to them the various reasons why the child should not be on the streets. The CWC in this case can also assign the CBO or an NGO the responsibility of providing care, protection and rehabilitation of the child, and in case of adults, enrolls them for family strengthening program.
Who are the other key functionaries and what are their roles and responsibilities?
The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, NCPCR, and the State Commission for Protection of Child Rights. SCPCR is responsible for monitoring the implementation of the provisions of the JJ Act 2015. Child Welfare Committee is the final authority to dispose of cases for care, protection, treatment, development, and rehabilitation of children, as well as to provide for their basic needs and protection. The JJ Act 2015 mandates that in every police station, at least one officer, not below the rank of Assistant Sub-Inspector, with aptitude, appropriate training, and orientation, may be designated as the Child Welfare Police Officer to exclusively deal with children who are victims or perpetrators. This is to be done in coordination with the police, voluntary and non-government organizations. The JJ Act 2015 provides for Special Juvenile Police Unit, SJPU, which means a unit of the police force of a district or a city or any other police unit like railway police dealing with children and designated as such for handling children. The SGPU in each district and city shall be headed by a police officer not below the rank of a deputy superintendent of police or above, and 2 social workers having experience of working in the field of child welfare, of whom one shall be a woman. Child Care Institution (CCI) is defined as children's home, open shelter, observation home, special home, place of safety, specialized adoption agency, and a fit facility recognized under the JJ Act 2015 for providing care and protection to children who are in need of such services. The District Magistrate is the Grievances Redressal Authority for CWC, and anyone connected with the child may file a petition before the DM, who will consider the same and pass appropriate orders. The CWC is mandated to submit a quarterly report on the nature of disposal of cases and pendency of cases, and then the DM directs the CWC to take necessary remedial measures to address the pendency and send a report of such reviews to the state government.
Thank you so much. Now, I know the steps and roles each one plays to ensure care and protection of children in street situation. Now, even a common man, a citizen like me, knows what to do when we find a child in street situations.
2018 is a significant year for Save the Children because this marks the 10-year journey of Save the Children. And I am so delighted after 10 years now, we have started that journey by creating these SOPs for the street children, a standard operating procedure for first of all for identifying the children in the street situation, and a step-by-step to help these children out of their absolutely difficult situations. And I really want to thank Ministry of Women and Child as well as NCPCR in taking this initiative to go across the country and start working on children in street situation.